What if I told you that dinosaurs might not have died from an asteroid impact, but from aliens who deliberately wiped them out to give mammals a chance? Or from a sudden change in gravity that made them too heavy to move? These theories sound like science fiction, but they've been seriously discussed by scientists, and we'll break down the top 6 alternative versions of their extinction based on real research. Watch until the end to find out which one is the most absurd and why they all ultimately fall apart under scrutiny, and to learn what color the little dinosaur hatchlings were. The mystery of the dinosaurs' disappearance 66 million years ago continues to captivate scientists and paleontology enthusiasts around the world. The classic version of events is that a gigantic asteroid about 10 kilometers in diameter slammed into Earth in what's now the Gulf of Mexico, forming the Chicxulub crater, and triggered a chain reaction of catastrophes, tsunamis, fires, dust storms, and a nuclear winter that led to mass extinction. This event, known as the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction, wiped out not just dinosaurs, but 75% of all species on the planet. However, not all paleontologists agree that the asteroid was the sole culprit. Some suggest Earth was already on the brink of crisis, and the impact just sped up the inevitable. Why do alternatives keep popping up? Because sedimentary layers from that period show traces of other global events, from volcanic activity to climate shifts, and scientists are piecing together the puzzle using new data from 2025, including isotope analysis and computer models. These theories help us understand that extinction was a complex process, not just a simple boom, and they highlight how fragile life on the planet really is. An interesting fact: recent 2025 studies from New Mexico show that dinosaurs in North America were thriving right up to the impact, with diverse species in the late Cretaceous debunking the idea of a gradual decline. But let's dive in, starting with one of the most compelling alternatives: the slow but relentless effects of volcanoes that could have poisoned the atmosphere long before that space rock fell.
If volcanism was a slow killer, then the supernova theory offers a cosmic bomb scenario, an explosion of a nearby star that unleashed deadly gamma rays and cosmic radiation on Earth. Imagine a star just a few light years from our planet, exploding as a supernova, emitting energy equivalent to billions of nuclear bombs and bombarding Earth's atmosphere with harmful radiation. This could have caused mutations, cancer, and sterilization in dinosaurs, disrupting their DNA and leading to gradual extinction. Astronomical models show that such a supernova could leave traces in sedimentary rocks, like elevated iron-60 isotopes, and new 2020-2025 research has found potential signs in fossils, where radiation might have damaged the ozone layer, letting in ultraviolet light and causing global warming or cooling. An interesting fact: in 2025, scientists linked supernovas to 2 other mass extinctions, the Devonian, 372 million years ago, and Ordovician, 445 million years ago, where star explosions could have caused global cooling and ozone holes. But for dinosaurs, the evidence is scarcer. However, the theory doesn't hold up under scrutiny. A supernova would have wiped out not just dinosaurs, but also birds, mammals, fish, and even bacteria, leaving only deep-sea creatures alive, which didn't happen. Many lineages evolved onward. Plus, there's no convincing evidence of a nearby supernova at the end of the Cretaceous, unlike the iridium layer from the asteroid. But if space isn't to blame, maybe the threat was microscopic, a global epidemic spread by insects that brought down the giants. Building on the idea of internal weaknesses, the bad eggs theory suggests that reproduction issues became the Achilles heel of dinosaurs. Evolving predators devouring eggs faster than they were laid, or genetic mutations making shells too thick, chicks couldn't hatch, or too thin, letting in infections. Studies of nests and shells from Mongolia and Argentina show dinosaurs laid up to 30 eggs per clutch, but in the late Cretaceous, embryo finds dwindle, hinting at a hatching crisis. New 2024 data from calcium analysis in shells suggests climate changes made eggs vulnerable to deformation, and a long incubation period, up to 6 months, exposed them to predators or diseases.
An interesting fact, in 2017, scientists discovered that dinosaur eggs incubated for 3 to 6 months, putting them at a disadvantage compared to mammals whose offspring developed faster, which could have contributed to extinction under stress. However, this isn't convincing. Egg-laying evolved over millions of years, and species like turtles survive by laying many eggs. Plus, there's no global evidence of a reproductive collapse. Some dinosaurs thrived until the end. If biology doesn't explain it all, maybe it's down to fundamental physics laws where a gravity change made giants too heavy for their own weight. Shifting focus to more exotic ideas, the gravity change theory claims that in the Mesozoic, gravity was weaker, allowing titanosaurs to weigh 100 tons and pterosaurs to fly with 11-meter wingspans. But a sudden increase from Earth core events or cosmic factors pinned large dinosaurs to the ground, causing fractures and heart problems. Roots of this hypothesis lie in creationist and conspiracy circles, but 2022 to 2025 models suggest a 10% gravity boost could disrupt the Oort cloud, drawing more comets and amplifying impacts. An interesting fact, in 2024, astronomers debunked this theory, noting that the gravitational constant g has remained stable for billions of years, and any change would disrupt planetary orbits, which isn't seen in geological records. However, rebuttals from geology and astronomy insist the gravitational constant didn't change, and many dinosaurs were small, like chickens, so the theory doesn't explain selective extinction. There's no evidence of gravity variations in rocks, and it sounds like pseudoscience. But if even physics isn't to blame, that leaves the wildest version: alien intervention, where extraterrestrials decided to clear the planet for new evolution. Wrapping up our overview on a note of fantasy, the alien intervention theory suggests that intelligent extraterrestrials monitored Earth and deliberately wiped out dinosaurs with a virus, climate manipulation, or even a directed asteroid to give mammals, including human ancestors, a shot at dominance. This idea is popular in conspiracy circles, citing the lack of artifacts and sediments, and analogies to ancient myths about gods from the skies building pyramids or leaving enigmatic statues. An interesting fact, in 2025, the show Ancient Aliens dedicated an episode to this theory, suggesting aliens used cosmic weapons for extinction, but scientists dismiss it as speculation without evidence. But paleontology rebuts there's no trace of artificial interference in the Chicxulub crater or in the DNA of surviving species, and it's intellectually dishonest. It's simpler to explain with natural processes. In the end, all these alternatives add depth, but the asteroid theory with volcanism as a backdrop remains the strongest, underscoring how science evolves with new data. If you were subscribed to me, you'd know these facts.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like, and your day will be filled with good luck.